Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you apparently my favorite Pokemon. So, I saw that cute little trend on Twitter talking about my top 5 Pokemon. Here they go. Here's the list of every gen. And like the absolute unk that I have become, I decided to Google that. Oh, what? What Pokemon picker, top 5, tier list, yada yada yada. And I absolutely failed at figuring that part out. But I stumbled upon this, where apparently there's this github.io page where you can pick your favorite of every type and a few other things for every generation and some more. So I decided I'm going to do this one and post it on the internet because why the hell not? Also, I'm going to get stuck at a certain point. Your boy hasn't played all of the Poker Man games, so I think I've kept up with enough of them to more or less do it because still watch a still watch a tourney or two every now and again. But I will get stuck at certain points, and I will be looking like, excuse me, let me Google this one. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What is my favorite Pokemon of everything from all times? Starting with Gen 1 Normal. Also, you just click on the box here, and then you go from there. So, my favorite Gen 1 Normal type. Ooh, I should probably speed through this, right? Uh, Probably Dodrio. I think Dodrio was slept on. I did love Pidgeot in the anime. I also liked Persian, but I think Dodrio. I was just like, hey, everybody's talking about Fearow and Pidgeot, but where's the Dodrio love? Fire type. Some of you might laugh at me, but Magmar was my boy. Watching him punch and get seismic tossed against Charizard was my boy. Water type. Water. It was Seadra. It was Seadra. Now, I had to remember recently that Kingdra didn't come until Gen 2, but I definitely love the hell out of Seadra. Grass type. It has to be between Vileplume, Parasect, and Victreebel. Now, as a kid, the answer was probably Vileplume. However, I own pitcher plants. Uh, that's my baby. As long as some other carnivorous plants. And I did end up naming one of them Bell after Victory Bell. So, uh, Victory Bell, you make the list. Electric. Another one you might laugh at me, but apparently I had a theme when I was younger. Electabuzz. Jolteon was a close second, though. Ice type, Lapras, of course. Fighting. Gen 1, probably Poliwrath, if I'm being real. Poison type. This is where I turn into an oddball. I preferred Haunter. I remember being terribly disappointed that my floating orb ghost, that then turned into floating ghost with floating hands, turned into round Clefable shadow ghost. I wanted something that wasn't Gengar as a kid. I know people are going to be upset and be like, how could you not love Gengar? And eventually I came around to Gengar, but as a kid I was not sold. Ground. It has to be between Nido King. It's Golem. It's Golem. I thought Golem went hard. Still didn't understand how you got Golem out of fucking Geodude and Graveler. Like, how do we get from this face to that? I don't know, but Golem was that dude. Flying type. I think Little Me didn't register much. The fact that Gyarados was flying. Like, I knew the typing was there, but since it didn't fly, it didn't feel like a flying type to me. I think the answer is Aerodactyl. Psychic. Alakazam, who am I kidding? Bug. Let's start picking up the pace before this takes 2 hours or something. Bug. Shit, who was my favorite bug from Gen 1? Scyther Shy. Right? I think I had a bad image of Beedrill because Beedrill was an op in the anime, if I remember. I did like Hakuna. Hmm. Might be Venomoth. I think we're locking Venomoth. Then we go to Rock. I thought Kabutops was the shit, to be honest. Ghost, same answer as we had for Poison. Actually, does that mean I want to change Poison? To get some fair spreads around here? We have Victory Bell. We have Venomoth. Do I want to make this Weezing or Nidoking? Nah, we'll leave it. Dragon. Same thing. I'm gonna be real as a kid, as Haunter into Gengar. I don't know how the transition from Dragonair to Dragonite happened, and I'm among the people that does not like the Mega Evolution of Dragonite. If I'm being real, I I wish it did something a little bit different. I do really like Mega Victory Bill though. I love that shit. Dark didn't exist, so they're just filling it with shit. Uh, let's do with the Pokédoll. Steel didn't exist, right? Steel didn't exist yet, but I guess they're making it so that the generation that the Pokemon came in. So Magneton. Uh, Fairy didn't exist. I know that for a fact. So actually, I know these for a fact too. What am I talking about? Fairy. Who's my favorite fairy? Probably Wigglytuff. Starter. I love Charmeleon. And this isn't a story like Haunter and Dragonair where I was upset with Charizard. I just feel like Charmeleon was slept on. Like I feel like Charmeleon didn't get enough time with that. It was like, oh no, Charmander, no. And then he was Charmeleon for like 2 or 3 episodes in my kid imagination, I think. And then you had Charizard, and Charizard just did not listen. So, um, yeah, I didn't really fuck with Blastoise like that. Same with Venusaur at the time. Uh, Gimmick form. So gimmick form is like Megas, Gigantamax, I think regionals too. If I remember correctly when I was looking through it earlier. So I think my favorite of this, it's tough. It's between, yes, Mega Charizard X goes hard. It goes hard. Um, Mega Gengar, Mega Gyarados also fucks. Gigantamax Venusaur, Gigantamax Charizard, Gigantamax Gengar. Oh, and Mega Aerodactyl too. Let's go with the ones that I've like played myself though, compared to the ones that I watched other people play. So with that, Mega Gengar locks. And again, like it's kind of from what I understand of looking through it, the gimmick form is like, well, if the Pokemon got introduced here, like if its base form got introduced here, its gimmick form kind of flows here. I think. Um, so that's how I understood it. Favorite legendary of Gen 1, Mewtwo, of course. And my favorite Pokemon of Gen 1. Out of these, I think it has to be Haunter. Or is it Seadra? I think it has to be Haunter. I'm not counting like Mega Gengar, like, because that feels unfair. Yeah, I think Haunter clears. All right, Gen 1 done. Gen 2. Let's see about Gen 2. Normal. Oh, Porygon 2. I like the concept of Porygon 2. But I also like Girafarig. I like Noctowl because it was, like, different. We're going to go with Porygon 2. Fire. Houndoom. Also, I could have sworn that Slugma and Magcargo were Gen 3. I was so set on them being Gen 3. But apparently they were Gen 2, and I'm like, did Blaine use them? I could not remember that, but apparently they were Gen 2, so egg on my face. Water. Spoiled it, but it's Kingdra. Let me double check. It's Kingdra. Yeah, clears. Grass. Meganium. I love Chikorita in the anime. And then I was like, yeah, Meganium's tough. Electric. Ampharos. Ice. Sneasel. Fighting. Heracross. Poison. Crobat. Ground. Probably Pupitar. I don't know why, but I really liked Pupitar as a kid. Flying. Flying. Murkrow. You will see a theme out of me. I promise you that. Probably. I think maybe. Psychic types. Now putting all of the unknown feels a bit egregious. Like I want to know if there's more fans of unknown X than unknown J. That actually is probably true. Who am I kidding? But my favorite psychic out of this list, probably Espeon, no? Bug. Do Scizor. Um, but sorry, Ariados, because you just lose out on my favorite, like close second on both Poison and Bug from this generation. Rock. Tyranitar. Misdreavus. Poor Misdreavus. Solo Dolo. Ghost. Kingdra. Houndoom for Dark, of course. Um, Bug Poison. Did I accidentally say Dark there? I think I did. Steel. Scizor. Fuck. This is gonna be tough. Fairy. So again, Fairy wasn't there yet. I have too many losses in my life versus Azumarill. Huge power Azumarill, Flame War bullshit fling. I have too many losses. I really hated Snubble, but I really did fuck with Granbull. Favorite starter of this generation. Typhlosion. I'm sorry, Meganium. I did really like Typhlosion, even though it's not my favorite fire type of this gen. Gimmick form. Mega Houndoom. Are you kidding me? Oh, love me, my Mega Houndoom. Legend. So I didn't really ever fuck with Lugia's giant hand design. And I did not care about Ho-Oh. It was just so uneventful. I didn't mind Celebi. Suicune annoyed me in the games because the roaming, of course. Like that's your I think it's more known for roaming. In my opinion. I don't know why my head does that. Didn't they all roam? Right? They all roamed. But I think my first experience was Suicune and that pissed me off. I think it's Entei. In the movie where it was like that little girl's dad, right? Or something? I don't know. That was kind of weird, but hey, that's Pokemon for you. My favorite of Gen 2. Again, not counting Megas, unfortunately. Uh. Ooh. It has to be either Kingdra or Houndoom. Fuck. Alright, let's think. What power, what abilities and things have I used? Flash Fire, Swift Swim, Sniper. Fuck, what is Houndoom's other ability? Is it just Flash Fire? Oof. I think that kind of answers it for me, no? Like, don't I. If I can't remember the second ability. Off rip. I think I have to go with Kingdra for that. Alright, my favorite of Gen 2 being Kingdra. Yeah, I guess so. Uh, mm, I don't know, that doesn't feel right. Nah, I spent a lot of times trying to get Kingdra. I think, so, again, another memory. I think my first Pokemon game that I played, damn, was, no, it was Pikachu Yellow. Yeah, so it's Pikachu Yellow, but I think I knew that Kingdra existed by that time, because I was born in 98. So, you can do whatever math there, but didn't Pokemon come out in 98? So I'm pretty sure I remember spending a lot of time looking at the Pokédex entry for Kingdra, where it says something about creating whirlpools and trying to fish in whirlpools until I found out that I should not even be trying because it didn't exist in one of the games or something like that. Man. But on to Gen 3. My favorite Gen 3 normal has to be between Slacking, Exploud, Delcatty? I think Exploud takes it. Fire of Gen 3. I don't know why, but as a kid, I thought Torkoal was peak design. I was just like, oh my gosh, it's a tortoise with fire. Like, peak design. It clears everything. Water. Water Gen 3. It has to be probably Crawdont. Grass. Sceptile. Sceptile was cool as hell. Uh, Beta Trick, Ice. I didn't fuck with Glalie then. I do remember that. I thought Glalie was kind of stupid then. Walrein, sorry Glalie. Fighting type. I know this seems like I really hate Blaziken, but I just thought Breloom was cooler. Poison. I fucked with Dustox. Ground. Flygon, of course. Uh, Flying. Rayquaza, as we saw the proper pronunciation. Uh, Went viral on Twitter lately off of one of the last tournaments. Psychic. This is tough. There's Gardevoir, Metagross, Latios. I think I'm locking Deoxys. Deoxys had Aura. And I will say I did prefer the attack form out of the Deoxys forms, but Deoxys had Aura. These two motherfuckers fighting was some of the coolest shit you could have showed me as a kid. Bug. Favorite bug? Shedinja. What am I talking about right there? Rock. Aggron. Ghost. Fuck. 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 No. Mm. So this is tough. I really came to love Sableye later. And I really liked Dusknoir and Duskull. I didn't really fuck with Dusclops. Shuppet, I think I think Bayonet originally. Dragon, Rayquaza. It's hard to compete with Rayquaza, dude. Dark. So I didn't like Sharpedo back then because Team Aqua, right? Just had that in spades. Same with Crawdont, kind of. You know what, Sableye? I do like you more than Mighty Ina, even though I think off rip, I liked Mighty Ina next. Yeah, we're locking Sableye. We're locking Sableye. Um, Steel. Metagross. Metagross was peak. Fairy. Gardevoir. Starter. Sceptile. Not even close. What am I talking about? Gimmick form out of these. This is fucking tough. Mega Bayonet. Mega Sableye. Mega Rayquaza. Mega Gardevoir. Mega Sceptile. So for me, Mega Mawile, I did really like Mega Mawile, but who didn't, right? Competitively strong. I loved Prankster. So here's the thing, right? I loved Prankster on Mega Bayonet, but at first you had Cursed Body, and Mega Bayonet had like no use if you weren't if like as base Bayonet. Like that was when it was on my team. That was like the only time you got value. So unless you did like, well, you couldn't. I was gonna say unless you did Focus Slash and then Mega, but you couldn't because you had to hold the fucking Bayonet. So I did really love Mega Bayonet and the design, but my Mega Sableye, especially before they made those changes and whatnot, so that you got the Prio from Prankster and then Magic Bounce while Mega evolving. And I know Mega Rayquaza is right there. Fuck. I think everybody loved Mega Rayquaza, so you know what? Come back my Mega Sableye. Legend. What Rayquaza? My favorite from Gen 3. Again, Megas weren't here yet, so I feel like that's cheating, so I won't do Mega Sableye. But I think Rayquaza just clears a lot of shit, right? Right? Gen 4, one of my favorites. Uh, what's my favorite gen? My favorite gen is I think for a long time I was saying that it was Emerald. Then I think I came to Gen 4, but let's find out because it might be back to Gen 3 after looking at everything. Gen 4 normal type. Staraptor. Brave Bird was the shit. Fire type Magmortar. I mean, hey, it had handguns. That was peak. Water type Empoleon. Grass type. I fucked with Abomasnow. I wanted to like Torterra more, but I just didn't for some reason. Like, I don't know. Think Abomasnow. Electric. Luxray. Electivire. Luxray. Electivire. Rotom. Rotom. It was Rotom. It's Rotom. Fucker was in devices and causing mischief and was an electric ghost. It's Rotom. Ice. Fuck. Frostlass or Weavile? Frostlass did so much for me. Uh, but depending on how many ghosts I'm blanking on right now, Gen 4, we might change that to Weavile just for equal appreciation. Fighting, Toxicroak. Poison, Toxicroak. That was peak. Not just the whole Krogunk thing with Brock. I didn't really care about that. Toxicroak is peak design. Ground, Garchomp. Flying. Between Drifblim and Honchkrow. No. Drifblim was with Fantina though. And did Paul's bitch ass ever get Honchkrow? Of course he did, right? And I'm probably misremembering trainer names too, so give me some grace, hopefully. Fuck. I think Honchkrow takes it. Just barely. Psychic. Gallade? I kinda like that as Elf. Gallade. Bug, and Mega. Yeah. Rock. Rampardos. Rampardos was fucking peak, dude. Fucking peak. Ghost. This is diabolical to do this to me. Drifblim, Miss Maggie, Spiritomb, Dusknoir, Frostlass, Rotom. I have to do Giratina Origin, right? Dragon. Giratina Origin. Does that mean that I change for Ghost? To spread the love I gave Frostlass Ice. I didn't give Driftbloom Flying, though. And Miss Magius. And Dusknoir. I had an Assault Vest Dusknoir that served me well. But I think my love for Giratina was just too strong. Dark. I already put Honchkrow, so to spread the love, we're going to put Weavile. Steel. Dialga. What the hell am I smoking? Fairy. We're going with Mime Jr. out of spite. Fucking fuck Togekiss. They fucker. Favorite starter, Infernape. Gimmick form. Really, that list was that short? Mega Garchomp, though. Legend. Giratina. Favorite, I think we can see that the answer is clearly Giratina, right? Let me double check. Anybody? Frostlass and Toxicroak and Garchomp and Honchkrow, they're all pretty close, but I think results alone, I have to go with Giratina, right? On to Gen 5. Out of 9. Okay, not doing too bad. I'm not even going to check the time right now. 5. What the fuck? I do like me a pair of legs, but I think this is a little bit absurd there. No, brother. Goodness. Yeah, I think that's too much, Pokemon. I think that's too much. Reel it in. Reel it in. Meloetta. Think we gotta go with Meloetta. Fire. Oh, this is evil. Volcarona. Reshiram. Litwick. Lampent. Chandelure. Victini. Oh, that's evil. Adler had Volcarona, so I was like, eh. But N had Reshiram, so I was like, eh. And Chantel has Chandelure, so eh. I think I like Volcarona's design more. Victini I did fuck with, but I think since it was mythical, it was just like harder to have an attachment to. Fire, we're putting Volcarona. You'll also probably be looking at this video like, man, that's how you pronounce that? You do that odd. Yeah, I'm sorry. Um, Water, Jellicent. Cursed Body definitely made my Ghost Mono team many a time. Grass Superior, right? Yeah. Electric. This one might be surprising. Electros. Levitate. I was like, oh wait, it has no weakness. The stats were like whatever, but I really liked making Electros work when I did mono electric team. Uh, Ice. Qrem Reshiram hybrid. I forget what the term is called or what the form is called. Fighting. Scrafty. The homie Scrafty. Poison type. Scolipede. What am I even? Ground. Crocodile. Let me double check. Yeah, Crocodile. Clears. Flying. Mandibuzz. Psychic.
We'll put Victini here. Get some love for that. For the boy. Did I put Volcarona? And I put Scolipede. I did like Genesect. I think Scolipede takes it again. Yep. Rock. Caracosta. I don't know why, but I tried to make myself like Gigalith, and I kind of did, but I don't remember why I did that. Ghost. Now we'll put Chandelure. Right? Okay, cool. What's this? Dragon? Hydreigon. Dark. Zoroark. Yeah, Zoroark. Uh, what do we want? Steel? Hmm. Bisharp. Right? Did I care for Bisharp more than Genesect, though? Yeah. Uh, Whimsicott, I guess. Favorite starter of this generation, Superior. Uh, wait, we saw Dino? Oh, that's right. Okay. This is all Poke Studio shit, right? Um, Gigantamax Garbodor. They were legend, right? Oh, we'll put Reshiram here. And my favorite of this generation has to be Zoroark. Has to be Zoroark. All right. I should probably pick up the pace. I think that took like 5 or 6 minutes alone. So on to 6. All right, let's kick it up a notch. Why are the megas here? I guess because every mega got introduced here, but I don't think that's fair. So I won't be putting the megas for for the non shit. I guess. Uh, Fletchling, Fire. We're going faster. Talonflame, easy. Uh, again excluding the megas. Water. Skrelp. Hell yeah, Skrelp. Uh, Phantom. The little homie Phantom. Uh, oof. Dedenne. Helio Disc. Whatever. Helioptile. Helio Disc. This one, because by default. Aurorus. On to fighting. I know people are going to be mad at me, but I think I prefer Chestnut over Hawlucha. I'm sorry. Dragouge. Dragouge, excuse me. Easy pick. Ground. Zygarde, I guess. Flying, right? Flying? Yveltal. Psychic? Hoopa. I loved Hoopa Unbound. I loved Hoopa in both forms, but Hoopa. Uh, Bug. Well, color me surprised, I guess. So, which Pavilion pattern do I fuck with? You know I love purple. Rock. Tyrantrum. Aegis slash. Ooh. Dragouge again, right? Dragouge. Dark. Ooba. Steel, Aegis Class, Xerneas. We'll do base Xerneas. No, we'll do colorful Xerneas. Oh, starter. Greninja. Favorite form that I didn't pick previously. So I did Mega Gengar, Mega Houndoom, Mega Sableye. Who got a Mega from this generation? Well, okay, everybody got a Mega from this generation, but I mean, like, who came out in this generation and got a Mega? Is the only answer Diancie? Hmm. Or I could spread the love from one of my other favorites that I didn't get to pick earlier. I think we're going to cheat a little bit and do that. I already picked Gengar and Houndoom and Sableye. So we're going to let Baynet get it now. We're going to cheat a little bit. Show love for my Mega Baynet. What legend? Hoopa, if that wasn't resonating. Favorite of this generation. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Hoopa. 7. On to Gen 7. This is where the names get tough for me. Grandpa, right? Fire type. Salazzle. Water Galissapod. Grass. Decidueye. Electric. Tapu Koko. Right? This is Tapu Koko. Ice. Oh yeah, regional shit. Yeah, Alola Ninetales. Fighting. Marshadow. Poison. Picking up the pace. Salazzle. Uh, Palisand. Flying. Shit. Toucanon. Psychic. Lunala. Bug. Galissapod. Rock. Lycan Rock. Right? Lycan Rock. Dusk, of course. Uh, what are we on? Ghost? Ooh. Mimikyu and Lunala's here. Fuck. And I picked Decidueye too. I have more Mimikyu stuff though. So let's go with Mimikyu here. Because I know for Legend, probably going to pick Lunala again. So let's spread some. What the fuck are we on? Dragon. I think it was supposed to be like a Komodo dragon or something in some part, right? So let's go with that. I think I would have picked Guzzlord, but I kind of didn't like the Ultra Beast overall. So, what? Jangamo? Oh, Django. Oh. Uh, help me down in the comments. I mean, I'll look it up later, but for right now, I'm tilting somebody. I'm so sorry. That's gonna be somebody's favorite all-time Pokemon. I'm gonna piss people off. I'm so sorry. Dark, Incineroar. Who are we kidding? Alolan Muck comes close though. Uh, Steel, Solgaleo, Fairy. All right, Fairy Mimikyu. So does this change anything here? No. Starter. I think Incineroar. It would have been Decidueye, but I think Incineroar playing in Smash takes it over for me. Um, the hell are we on? Oh, regional. Now it's a Alolan Muck. Legend. Lunala. Lunala. Favorite from this generation either has to be Mimikyu or Lunala, right? Let's go with Lunala. I think I need more more Lunala merch. If somebody can link me a plush or something for Lunala, hell yeah. On to Gen 8. Fuck. Hisuian Zoroark. Hisuian Typhlosion. Basculegion. Basculegion. Grass. Again, I'm not going to count Gigantamax shit here. Right? I didn't do like megas in there, right? Grass. Flapple. This one's Flapple, right? Flapple. Um, Toxtricity. Frostmoth. Frostmoth. What are we on fighting? Sneasler. Poison, right? Uh, Toxtricity again. Again, base form shit, not Gigantamax. Uh, da, 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 you Rune Gygus or whatever. Sorry, I'm blanking. Flying, right? Flying. Moltres. Psychic. Petrine. Bug. Bug. Centiskorch. Man, maybe I actually should get that centipede that I used to want as a kid. Cause looking at Scolipede and now Centiskorch, I'm like, maybe I should. Rock. Iswian Arcanine. Ghost. Dragapult. Dragapult. Uh, Dragapult again. Does this change anything here? No, I picked you. Yeah, I think we just lock it again from there. Uh, Dark. Grimmsnarl. The fuck are we on? Steel? Steel. Um, Zacian. Fairy. Grimmsnarl. Right? Right. What, starter? Starter. Typhlosion. Who am I kidding? Oopsie. Favorite gimmick form out of this generation. Uh, Strange Zoroark. What am I talking about? To Legendary. Zacian. Right? Has to be Zacian. And favorite. Uh. Oh, I accidentally picked the thing there. I'm like, why is that there? Favorite of this Dragapult, Typhlosion, Zoroark. I gotta admit, I think some points come down slightly because the typing is normal. I think it was Dragapult that takes it just a little bit over. Just a little bit over. Alright. Gen 9. Now, this is where I will need help. Like, I'll definitely be looking at what some of the forms are and whatnot. But normal. Ursa Luna Blood Moon. Or Blood Moon Ursa Luna. Fire Cerulege. Water. Walking Wake, right? Think that's what that one was. Grass. Hydrapple, right? I think it was called Hydrapple. We're gonna let it rock. I'm going too slow. Electric. Uh, Maridon. Ice. What is it? Chien? No. Is this Chien Pao? This one is Chien Pao. Okay, cool. Uh, fuck. What are we on? Fighting? Annihilate. Poison. Pecharunt? Yeah. Uh, Ground. Ursaluna again. Flying? Is this Iron Jugulus? Um, Fairy. Is this Fairy? No, this is Psychic. Uh, let's go Armarouge. And then, what is it? Slitherwing? Yeah, let's do that. Slitherwing, right? Slitherwing. That's what your name was, right? Slither. All right, we're good. It's Slitherwing. Slitherwing. Rock. Iron Thorns. Fluttermane. Fluttermane. Dragon. Fuck. What were the names of these damn parrot? Why is it easier to remember the non-fucking paradox ones when the paradox is like two real words? Paradox was like roaring moon, right? Roaring moon. Is that what you were called? Roaring moon. Okay, goodness. Thank goodness you are a roaring moon. Okay. Uh. Uh. Fuck. What are we on? Dark. Meowscarada. Uh. Guldango. Fluttermane. Skeledirge. Oh shit. Let's go with Tauros Blaze, right? Or was it Flame? Whatever. Fire Tauros. Legendary. Maridon. Yeah. And of this, it has to be Fluttermane, right? Fluttermane. Okay. Oh shit. Now we gotta do my favorites of each type from across the gen. So my favorite Normal type, Hisui and Zoroark. Favorite fire type, Houndoom. It wouldn't feel right putting something else, I think. Water, Kingdra. Grass, Sceptile just went too hard. Aura farmed too much in the anime and whatnot. Electric, Toxtricity. Yeah. uh, pum, pum, pum. Frostlass, of course. Don't know why that took me a second. I'm over here looking. I'm like, Frostlass is in my face. Fighting. Think it has to be Toxicroak, no? I think it's Toxicroak. Poison. Oh, this is evil. Oh, this is evil. Hmm. All right. As much as I love Toxicroak competitively, I don't think I ever use Toxicroak. I shouldn't say competitively too tough, right? Uh, Not like I was out here at all these tournaments and whatnot. But when I was trying to be as a much younger person, did never make the team. Crobat kinda did. Scolipede. Uh, Corrosion though. Yeah, you know what? Toxicroak. Come on home. Ground. Crocodile or Garchomp? That's tough. I have better memories with Crocodile. Flying. Shit. Rayquaza. I think Rayquaza just clears everything. Uh, Psychic. Lunala. Bug. Scolipede. Rock. Let's do Rampardos. Ghost. This is where it gets fucking hard. I guess Giratina. Giratina versus Fluttermane is crazy though. And Dragapult. And Mimikyu. Giratina. Dragon. Giratina versus Rayquaza. And Kingdra and Dragapult and Hydreigon. We're going. Okay, we already did Rayquaza and we did Giratina. Water. Did I put Kingdra? I did. Um, to spread the love, Hydreigon, Zoroark, Steel, probably Dialga, Fairy, Fluttermane. Is the starters? Ooh, what is my favorite starter of all time, I guess? Infernape went hard in the anime, and so did Sceptile, so that's enough screen time for you all, I guess. I guess Typhlosion. Hisui and Typhlosion. Mega, or special form. No, don't make me pick between Mega Houndoom and Mega Sableye. That's evil. I didn't think that far. No. Alright. The only thing that edges this out is the fact that solar power was harder to get value out of, and it damaged Houndoom at a point. Right? Am I misremembering how that first worked? Either way, solar power was harder to get value out of. Magic Bounce had an easier time with. Favorite legendary? It's Giratina. And my favorite Pokemon of all time. I don't think I can answer this. Oh, man. Okay. Let's knock out special things, special forms. So I don't think that it's fair to do Mega Sableye. It's not fair to do Fluttermane. I think regional variants also isn't fair, so we're gonna knock out Hisuian Zoroark and Hisuian Typhlosion. I mean, legendary, it has to be between Giratina and Rayquaza, but I think that's everybody. Zoroark had my heart for a long time, but had a lot of people's heart because of N. So we're going to spread some love there too. Hoopa had your own movie. People love Houndoom. Dragapult is up there. Obviously, you made the final list. Toxicroak has screen time. Crocodile, I have good memories with. Scolipede, a lot of people like. Dragon, a lot of people like. Knocking out legendaries and special forms. Ooh, and screen time. Because Gates' had a Hydreigon. Ooh. Man, I didn't think this through. I feel like putting a legendary is kind of cheap, right? Like if you ask somebody their favorite Pokemon, you have to ask a different question than what their favorite legendary is. When you, in my opinion, when you get asked the question favorite Pokemon, I'm expecting you to say something base level. Hmm. Something that any trainer can go out there and catch. I mean, everybody can catch it, right? But you know what I mean. I'm expecting you to say something that doesn't have to be a distribution code, a one in the game only, something you can train up from a little one. Okay. I love Frostlash, but I didn't like Snowrun. So I'm sorry, Frostlash. Haunter, I did eventually come around to liking Gengar, but not originally. Kingdra, for so long. Rayquaza legendary. Giratina legendary. Zoroark. Zoroark's in the running. I have a lot of memories with Zoroark. Hoopa, mythical. Lunala, legendary, mythical. Dragapult, pseudo legendary, so like, I guess. Flurmane, special. Sweet and Zoroark, special. Houndoom, I liked Mega Houndoom more, but Mega Houndoom didn't make the list, so I don't know. Sceptile was cool, but whatever. Toxtricity was cool, but whatever. Talked about Frostlass. Croagunk. I didn't care as much about Croagunk as I did Toxicroak. Crocodile was with me for a lot. But in the end, I think the design could have gone a bit tougher. Scolipede I'd like, but not that much. Rampardos, you're just here because of the rock situation, I guess. Still like Rampardos, but Hydreigon, I like Dino. That's why. Dialga, Legendary, Special, Mega. I think with all this said and done, I think it's only fair, even though I know I've picked Giratina a bunch of times through this, that being a legendary, I think that Zoroark has to be my favorite out of everything. All right, that was insanely tough. Click a team box, then a Pokemon from the grid to copy it. So what's my team? Oh, we're not doing that. Oh, we're not doing that. All right, a base team, a base team, a base team. All right, Zoroark. What? All right, I fucked it. I fucked it. I fucked it. The Zoroark. Cool. Then let's do Hydreigon. And let's do uh Dragapult. As you can see, I'm still abiding to my rule of no legendaries, no mythics. Um, but we will have a mega. Let's have a mega, cause I did really. I want my Mega Sableye. Uh, I got Zoroark. I got Hydreigon, Frostlass, and um, who rounds out the team? Who finishes? Um, I didn't pick a Gigantamax, so I guess that's whatever. Um, shit. Uh, you know what? Crocodile, because I had so many good memories with Crocodile. All right, that's the team, I guess. Click the shiny charm and then click the Pokemon to make them shiny. Cool. I actually had a shiny Zoroark that went tough. I think that's the only shiny that I like out of here. Cool. Regional bird. All right, let's breeze through this. Or not? Okay, cool. Regional bird. Fletchling. Mammal. Galarian? Zigzagoon. Bug. Venipede. Pseudo. Hydreigon. Um, Pikachu clone, Mimikyu. Oh, I should put Mimikyu in. Okay, we're too far gone. Evolution. Um, Umbreon. Fossil. Rampardos. Regional form. Shit. Shit. Alolan Muck. Oh wait. Shit. What am I talking about? Uh, Ishwi and Typhlosion. Gigantamax. Charizard. Charizard went tough. Favorite baby. Toxel? Or Magby? Let's go Toxel. Box Legendary. Giratina. Right? Giratina. Mythical. Oopa. Ultra Beast. Guzzlord, I guess. No, Blacephalon. What am I talking about? Paradox. Fluttermane. Favorite type? Ghost or Dark? I have more Dark on the team, right? Hold on. Dark, 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 Dark. Ghost, Ghost, Ghost. We're gonna go with Ghost. Or we're gonna go with Dark. Let's go with Ghost. Favorite Pokeball? I feel like putting in the Master Ball might be cheating, so we're gonna put the Ultra Ball if I'm being honest. Favorite Spinda? I really don't give a shit. Favorite Vivillon? Don't give a shit, but we're gonna go with purple. Alcremie? Don't give a shit, but we're gonna go with. Actually, this one will cheat because I really don't care. The Gigantamax Alcremie. Favorite new Evo? We're going to get some love back and put Miss Magius. All right. Right, cool. We'll put a text version on the grid here. All right, so those are all of my favorite Pokemon, I guess. I'll put the. Can I put the link in the description? I think I can. If not, this is it. But yeah, thanks for coming on this journey with me to find out apparently my favorite Pokemon of all time and some other shit. Download image? Sure. Downloaded the image. Yep. All right. I guess that's all I got. So yeah, if you liked the video, like it, got a comment from a comment, and until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.